Hey guys, that's right. It was the mall right behind me on Christmas Eve when a young woman, a minor, was shopping inside a Forever 21 when she noticed a tiny camera inside of her dressing room. She alerted employees at the store, who then alerted police. Just beyond those trees and the noisy lawnmower, as we speak, the city is working to actually drain the pond, and they're using what's called aeration methods. Now that's actually to sort of disperse the bad smell that's been wafting over this neighborhood for the past 2 weeks. We're in Herndon, in the middle of a really busy place. There's a highway right next to us, but you get to enjoy sort of farm living, and one of those things is this water pump that we're standing behind right now. What would this have been used for? Because this is just a model, right? It's not being used now, but if it was a big working farm, what would it be used for? Well, each day, the Dulles Toll Road sees 300,000 transactions, and those transactions are about to change thanks to a $23 million project. 6 inches of water will reach the bottom of most passenger cars, causing drivers to lose control, while a foot of water is enough to float the vehicle itself. Clement is also campaigning for more school board transparency, citing 2 memos where the school board says a committee will be formed to rename Washington Lee High School, a committee she says was never formed in the first place. The chase ended here when Park Police stopped Bijan for the 3rd and final time. They shot him 9 times at close range into his Jeep Cherokee, 4 times in the head. 1 year ago Saturday, 16-year-old Jolie Musa told her sister she'd be right back.
What can I tell you about Jolie? Jolie was amazing. She loved God, most importantly.
She walked this path in an Alexandria park less than a mile from her house before she was murdered by her ex-boyfriend.
We could have found her had we looked harder, but it took us 2 weeks. We stood less than 200 feet from where she was buried. We were right there. And had no idea she had been there the entire time.
Since her death, Jolie's aunts have created Not a Runaway, an organization dedicated to recovering missing children, endangered but declared runaways.
We know that we need to move on, and what's more important right now is to save the next Jolie.
Her family, friends, and Fairfax police and detectives gathered where her body was found nearly 1 year ago and released a single dove.
This particular dove, we're just gonna call her Jolie.
Trained doves like this one are expected to fly away. This one stuck around for the ceremony.
We're looking like, go home, bird, as she's not leaving. It was like, I'm here, you know, and then flew up in the trees and just reminded us, I'm still here. I'm watching over what you're doing. Thank you. And when I stood back up to say, thank you, everyone, that concludes our program, the bird circled and then looked back and then flew away. That was God. That was God. That was Jolie.
Reporting in Alexandria, Rebecca Burnett, WDVM 25. When was the last time you used the word prudence in a sentence?
So you say to what you have a goal and you want to accomplish it.
This 5th grader can tell you all about it, and so can her entire elementary school of 987 students.
It's not a word that you would use a lot, but when you stop and break it down the way they do with the Positivity Project, then it's perfect.
Did you know what prudence was when you first heard it?
Not really. No.
For 2 years, Sangster Elementary School has marked its calendar with a new strength to learn about every 1 to 2 weeks. This week was prudence, other weeks were hope and perseverance.
By giving students the common vocabulary of those 24 character strengths and virtues, they're able to have the vocabulary and see it within themselves and then recognize the content of character in others.
Thanks to its principal, who discovered the Positivity Project, these strengths are being studied every day at home and in the classroom.
At the beginning of our day, it's a great way to start our day by having a shared discussion about our theme, and the kids can kind of make a choice in the morning that will make their day the best day possible.
As a parent, it's very important to me when my children are not only learning about science and math and social studies, but they're learning about what it means to be a good community member.
It's a message that's spilled into community newsletters, the school's morning newscasts, even to the stairwell and wall art, all with the same message: other people matter.
Have you heard the phrase other people matter before?
Yes.
What does it mean?
Putting effort into building good, healthy relationships with those around us, even if we're not feeling the best, and supporting them when they struggle and cheering on their success.
Reporting in Springfield, Rebecca Burnett, WDVM 25.